pick up. Where are we going yet? Anybody see that we're going live yet? Nothing's telling me we are yet.
I do not have that up at the moment. Let's see.
All right, we got
I
it.
didn't know we could see
We're
that.
good. Yeah, it's either like I can either see it on the channel or I can see it in my email box. But. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Streams of Spero, the War of the Lich King chapter. We are in episode 3 of this, and we have one cast member that is missing after playing one character and moving on to another. But we'll still carry on with these 6 here. And I am Benito, your humble DM, and my cast of players here, starting with Jen. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Jen, and I'm trying to lose my fair accent, I'm sorry. And I'm playing Russell, the Ranger Kenku, and all of her voices.
Jackson.
Hey guys, I'm Jackson. I'm playing Bernard. He's a human fighter with a lovable chicken companion named Cluck, and he might be an idiot.
I forgot about the
The
chicken.
chicken or Bernard?
Cluck or Bernard, yeah.
We're not sure yet.
Take your pick.
Gabriel.
On Gable, I'll be playing Hal, or Halhorn, the half-elf bard wizard.
Jacob.
Jacob, playing Firebrand, also known as Alaron.
The man of many former names. Josh.
No, just it's one former name.
I'm Josh. I'm playing the Elven Archer, Lord Androsius, who is out once again trying to go ahead and save the world from all evil and Greystokes, even when they combine.
We can't hear you loudly.
I'm sure that was
And-
a sick burn.
Yeah, assume sick burn in there somewhere. My name is Lewanika. I am from Tabletop Journeys, along with my co-host Josh, who's above me on the screen, I believe. And I am playing Commander Hephaestus Kenrick Greystoke, designation HK.
The man that has all his titles. All right, as we remember, we have the HK and Firebrand came to Greenwood to defend the town. That is where they want to make it their home. The Dark Sun is preparing to unleash undead forces onto the town and most of the realm. So they're going to make a stand at Greenwood. They have made a call for heroes, and many of them, old friends like Russell return, new ones like Hal and Bernard have showed up. But in the time of their training and self-discovery, they found a loophole with HK's very son, Alric. Apparently he has managed the aspect of time and the Feywild's wild magic to that part. They have traversed across the multiverse into another realm and pulled a hero that he had known from an adventure in the past. It's still kind of unclear of what that adventure was, but apparently a strategist of some kind, pulling a human princess noble who seems to have vast connections. In turn, she brought back her companion, her conhort, Arthur, who is her defender, and the two of them have now brought an airship, so a strange mechanical device that they're using, and they have prepared to go to war. She has come up with a plan already. I think HK had some ideas, but all of a sudden, Sapphire decided that there was a plan already in place that she wanted to execute, and everyone got on board the Mercy of Mercion, her airship, and are traveling in the skies and preparing to head to the destination, which apparently is where Dark Sun lies. And that is where we'll start, with everybody pretty much on the deck of the airship, flying to the destination, which should not take you guys very long. It's about a day.
So
Well,
I would assume that even in my wide travels, I've never seen anything quite like this.
You have never been on an airship. That is correct. You got to remember, for Milanis, the technology and magic and all that stuff was so low powered.
Yeah.
Which
it was technology locked. Yeah.
Which you guys talk about a lot on your podcast. So yeah, this is amazing that Mira has an easy access to this.
Does anybody on board seem to be comfortable with this? Like this, like they have experienced this before. I mean, other than like the crew and everything like that. Like, you know.
I would say none of the party members of you guys should be anywhere comfortable with this. This is not this vessel does not exist in Spero.
For his part,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say for his part, HK is a commander, and he's gonna do his best to be command-like and not show any particular discomfort. But for a being who spent the bulk of his known existence underground, with very little of it on top of the ground, being this high in the sky is crazy. Like, I don't care. I'm not afraid of water because when I hit the bottom, I can just walk. But this is different. This would break me. And so this is a bit odd. So whether or not that peeks through, I'll let you decide when and if I would need to roll. I imagine some discomfort, like if there's a bit of a roll or any kind of air turbulence, I might, not afraid, but brace myself in a specific manner. You know, that may not be commensurate with the event. But
not afraid, but brace myself in a specific manner.
Yeah, you like that? That's a quote. You can take that one to the bank, baby.
Okay.
Since we have some new guys, Firebrand's gonna be like, "Oh, I've seen one of these before. No big deal.
My
No
man.
big deal."
Okay, I
How does it
lied.
work?
Firebrand looks like he knows what's going on with this device.
Yeah.
Russell is probably wandering around deck, checking things out, but constantly eyeing over the side, and in her meanderings probably ends up towards the bow of the ship, where the wind is just coming through, and it's rustling her feathers, and she's just like,
Getting her old
Probably the
natural
closest
experience.
she's ever been to flying.
Yeah, sure.
exactly.
Hal is just going to be nosy and ask people who are like working controls or whatever, like, how does this work? How do you do this? Is this a spell? Is this an enchantment?
Well, it depends. The only one close to you guys are your own party, so.
Oh well, Firebrand he seems to know what he's Firebrand
Yeah.
says he's seen this, so I'm going to be asking Firebrand all the questions.
All right, ask him.
Not right now, Hal. I'm busy. I have to prepare. I have to go through my spell list to prepare.
But
What's
maybe,
coming?
but maybe
Why don't you go-
afterwards.
Yeah, maybe. Why don't you go talk to Bernard? He looks like he needs a friend. He looks a little freaked out.
Bernard would just be glued to the side rail, staring out like wide-eyed.
Is your chicken also doing the same thing as
Yeah.
Russell?
Yeah. Yes.
The chicken and Russell on the side there. After about 20 so minutes, Arthur
Russell's holding the chicken by the waist as the chicken's got her wings out.
will. Oh wow, amazing! It's a new bonding.
Oh my
New bond.
goodness.
Arthur finds Androsius.
Hal,
and,
aren't you a bard? Well, my heart will go on while they're roasting.
Yeah,
Hopefully
let me
not.
whip out something. Yeah.
Arthur will find Androsius, and he will say, "Mira would like to talk to you, Androsius."
Should I go to them, or will they come to me?
She's in the captain's quarters, so I'll take you to her.
I will attend her.
You guys will see Arthur and Androsius leave to the internal part of the ship. And I'll leave you guys to the rest of your talkings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Russell, being Russell, will notice this and gently place the chicken back down on the deck, not on the rail. And she's gonna sneak after.
Okay.
She wants to listen in.
Well, Author is standing at the door where Androsius goes into.
My passive perception is 23, so I suspect I know I'm being followed.
Yes.
I don't know. I guess that would depend on a roll, to be honest.
You can.
I have +7 to stealth.
Yeah, you can do a stealth roll.
Mm-hmm.
Try out my new die. 19.
So you feel pretty confident. You're pretty quiet, but Androsius does pick you up.
Right.
Pick you up.
Well, I don't think she's gonna see Arthur and just hang back. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not my meeting, so I'm not going to presume a level of privacy. Maybe, But as long as Arthur seems to be aware that that person is there also, I'm not going to be concerned with it. That's not my problem.
You walk in. Mira has a battle map appears on the table. Several books around it. She seems to be pretty...
Lady, how may I be of service?
Oh, excellent. Yes, I want to kind of go over the plan. I was able to contact Diana. The summer army is going to strike at another point to occupy a great amount of the Legion of the Dark Sun. But there still will be a point where we need to get to the Lich King, and that will be pretty much where HK will lead the remaining party members into. However, there is another event that I think may need our attention, so me, you, and Author will need to address that. So I hope you are comfortable with that type of separation.
I certainly do not feel like I would need to be under HK's command to be effective.
Awesome. Good.
What is this other mission?
I think there's an event that's happening that could be more involved with the higher part of the realm, and some of the events that I've been reading seem to lean that we need to be there to possibly change these events.
Is there anything specific? I mean, like, why me, I guess, my lady? Is it you need someone that can attack from range, or someone that has a particular disposition?
Your heritage, the way you've been brought back, and how long you've been with things. So I think an elven touch is needed.
And Ben, I haven't been with this side of the party very much. So how have my interactions with Mira been? I mean, do I feel like she is?
Remember, you showed up in town, and this
Yeah.
very strange woman has taken over all aspects of this party.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm going. So like, can I get like an insight or something to go ahead and see if there's any reason not to believe that she's anything other than what she says she is?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That's a 10. So.
You're just kind of, everything's been going on, especially your everything that you had to deal with Sindred. You've come here, and there's just not something you're accustomed to. HK has done some commanding of things, but you're having a hard time remembering how things are being pieced together here, because she was just kind of introduced to you a little bit, and not really everything fully in play. But obviously, when the ship came down, she knew some things, and now she seems to have a game plan in place. It didn't have to seem a whole lot of what HK initially put together, but this is where you all are.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Cool. That's exactly what I needed to know.
Okay.
Milady, I apologize that this question may be a little harsher and brusquer than I am used to, but we are living in harsher and brusquer times, perhaps, than any of us have lived previously. Who the hell are you?
I am the strategist that Alric, HK's son, brought from a different world.
What world do you hail from?
The world of Verlander.
Okay. That is not a world that I am familiar with.
You would never know this. It wasn't until I looked into the fabric of the Fae, the courts, the times, that I was able to find Alric at all. When I realized that I had an opportunity, because I have connections with the Summer Court, I sort of manipulated the rules of the Fae to aid my people in their time of need. That request brought me to have to owe a favor back to Alric, and this is apparently it.
So, what is Alric's role in all this?
Alric seems to still want to be manipulating other parts of things, and he only wanted to bring me here to help his father, since this seems to be his father's main, his part of his campaign and objective, I imagine.
I think that there's some question about what HK's desires are, but that's perhaps a separate issue. So you are a strategist that is attached to Commander Greystoke's son. You are here at his son's bequest. Nobody asked you to take control. That's sort of your role, and you're filling it as you see fit.
It's usually the way it happens with me.
Okay. Does anybody else that's traveling with us know you, or
Alric knows me.
have it?
Well, Alric's not on the ship, but just Arthur, who I brought, and the crew of the ship. That's it.
Okay.
I know that your people are used to being alone. Ghost wolves, right?
Indeed. That was... Yes.
Yeah, so I understand your trepidation, but I will assure you, when it comes to military planning, I do have experience under my belt.
If the time is not immediately right now, I will grant you some leeway. However, what we are also used to is the ability for everybody on the team that needs to execute to understand what their role is.
Yes.
The reason why I'm asking these questions is because you are proposing an alternate role to me, which I have no base objection with, and I don't know what my role would be. So at a time when you see fit, milady, read me in. If you wish me to go ahead and assist you, I need to know what it is you wish me to do to assist you.
Everything that you've done in history, Androsius, your perspective on this conflict, your hesitation, I would like to have you as an ally in this situation that I think Danu is in trouble.
He will definitely perk up when he says that. When she says that. I
will also let you do a history check right now.
Yeah. It's a 17.
Okay. Once again, there's going to be one thing because you're Androsius and a lot of things going on. This woman has just kind of told you some things that is relatively only Alanis know, not Spero know. So I just want to continue to help you formulate your relationship that you're dealing with, what you're dealing with right now.
Sure. Yeah, when she says that Danu's in trouble, again, his ears would sort of perk, and he would say, you know, I've had some difficulty perhaps fully communing with him since being brought back to this plane, and I assumed that it was a issue of planar travel and not being able to fully make a connection across, you know, from the channels that I was used to connecting through. What sort of trouble do you think he is in?
He's in peril of life, is what I think.
Do you think he's getting swept up in this conflict?
They all were swept up. Alric, when Alric brought me here, the whole reason is the rift, that the gods, Silk and the Raven Queen, have made this thing where we're at. So the reality of the fabrics of this multiverse right now are in very thin. Thus I was able to see into it, thus I was able to be brought into it. But it seems that the Pantheons of Alanis are at war with the old gods of Spero.
That's my understanding as well.
Yes. There are other elements of people trying to manipulate the conflict, such as the Fae, the devils, the demons, and the elementals plus genies. They're all trying to get a piece of existence into the conflict that is unfolding. But the gods have to be pitted against each other because, more or less, Silk and Zeus are making the conflict happen.
And it would not be a surprise to me if Silk and the god of my people had a more complicated conflict, just because they are both in the same pantheon, or both arising from the same pantheon, or however we want to phrase it today. Danu, I do not believe, would be an ally of Silk's any more than I am.
Yes. Silk would pretty much, more likely, I believe, has abandoned him or tricked him into coming into this area, which has allowed him to be hunted, I think.
I had feared as much.
Yes.
So what do you know, then, of the being known as Silk?
I know that she is a great wizard that rose in power, first as a dreadlord and then became a goddess after prayer was made by many of a family member of the heroes that you associated around. Lakewell, I believe?
That was one of many families that erred greatly at the expense of Alanis.
Yes, interesting tactic, and in truth empowering her, which then most of that Dread Realm power went to one of the Greystokes, Azarian, the vampire son, yes?
Correct. Not the vampire's son, the vampire himself.
Yeah. So the complications of that realm are very much true, and I believe Azarian was in this realm, which may have caused some of the issues with Danu.
Androsius does not know that Azarian was here.
Oh, you
I
do
don't
know.
think.
You do know.
I do know now. Well, yeah, if she just said that, he would be like, but
Well,
I don't think Androsius knew.
You were told that he was one of the holders of the 7 stones of Silk.
That's right.
So you do know
That's
he was
right.
there. So, in theory, if you understand that, you do realize that her Silk's got 2 daughters that no one's not brought up in this whole conversation.
Right. Yeah. Okay. It's more just like I'm trying to go ahead and make sure like what pieces Androsius actually knows here, because Androsius and Electo know different pieces of the puzzle. So, yes, Azarian. If Azarian and Silk are fully aligned, there is great danger for anybody who has aligned themselves with them. I will be honest, milady, the alliance between Silk and some of our party here is concerning, and something to be monitored and observed. She is, at core, I find it amusing that you call her a wizard, for yes, that is true. She is, in fact, a great and powerful wizard. She is also a notorious backtalker who cannot be trusted, and will only bring ruin to those who follow her.
Which is why we need
So.
an elven touch, I think, on this matter. And, as you say, your friend HK could be compromised because Alric is connected to Silk.
What is his connection to her?
He was born of her. Your friend is a warforged. That is not physically possible for him to actually bear children.
Sure.
Only magic could make that happen. Silk did it to buy him off.
Then the connection between Commander Greystoke and the Dark Lady is deeper than I thought. That will need to be dealt with.
Understand. Just because you're aligned with some part of darkness does not mean you cannot find light in terms of service of a goal that you need.
Josias will raise an eyebrow at her. You speak like a Greystoke.
Well, my love served a very unholy order for a time, but when he saw what the path that we wanted to do, he changed his ways, his path, his oath, and he has served the realm to a great, amazing extent. I could not have succeeded without him.
I am tickled with the irony that when I said the name Greystoke, you thought of an unholy order.
Oh, well. There are many things I've read from your histories that make the Greystokes a very interesting and challenging family, since they seem to be highly connected to the Dread Realm's curse.
Interesting and challenging is a good way to put it.
Well, from what I've understand the lore of Ravenloft, or the Red Dread Realm, it seems that although you may have your inklings to the family, I believe that the Dread Realm would always make sure that they were part of the ordeal dealing with Azarian and Silk from the past.
Perhaps it would be appropriate to say that while they continued to hoist the realm on its own petard, they were not the only ones at the Wick. That's true.
Them and your people.
Quite. We have skeletons in our closets, too.
Yes. You've had many things you've had to deal with.
It's been a great many years. I've had to deal with a great many things. It's true.
So hearing what Jude did must be difficult, knowing what happened with your son.
I think that it would be accurate to say that in that moment when I made the best choice I could, I understood a little bit more than I did previously.
Well, that is why I want you. Your balance, so the things you've suffered with, the highs and lows, Androsius, I think will help the situation as we figure out all that is fully happening with the Danu.
Yeah.
And I will assure you, I will not give the paladin to the succubus.
Just don't throw it into the water with the fish people either.
That was an interesting story.
They're all interesting stories. Most of them are true.
I have a few more things to prepare, but
Of course.
I will let you know when we land, where we're heading.
Let me know what you need of me.
Could you inform HK of the decision so he's not disturbed by the fact that we need to split off?
Sure. And it would be you, me, and Alaric, the three of us?
Arthur. Alaric is not aboard.
Alright, that's fair. I'll take your leave, my lady.
Okay.
And he'll walk out.
All right. So Russell, you will see Androsius apparently heading back to see HK.
Before I go back to HK, I am going to take a stop by my quarters.
Okay.
And close the door.
Okay.
I would try to commune with Danu.
Okay.
See if I can make a connection.
Give me a wisdom check.
Apparently my die can only roll 9s today.
Nice.
That's an 11.
Yeah, you feel worried.
Okay. Alright. After some time, he'll exit his quarter and see if he can find Commander Greystoke.
You should have no problem. It's on the deck.
Honestly, after a time when he was in there talking with Mira, Russell probably would have gotten bored not being able to actually hear anything. And you guys were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt. So she would not have still been standing there. She probably would have gone back up on deck.
Okay.
Commander Greystoke, I was just speaking with Mira about some strategic decisions. Is there some place that we could go to illustrate what the plan is?
Certainly. I assume HK has some quarters or a spot where he could go below deck or whatever, so he'll just go there.
Sure.
HK would not know if the wooden structure is secure and strong enough to hold his insane amount of weight, so he will actually take heed to test things like stairs as he goes down, because he would actually be afraid of falling through the boat.
Okay.
Yep. With my plus 11 acrobatics skill, I have no such issue dancing down the stairs and things. But I also don't worry about falling through because of my gigantic metallic carapace.
Yeah. When you're close to 8 feet tall, 7 and change, and you weigh over 500 pounds, wooden stairs are things you test.
Fair enough. All right, you two are alone.
So there are two things that I feel I should make you aware of, Commander. The first is that I was speaking with Mira about strategically what we're going to do when we get to our destination. And she has asked if her and I and Arthur, or if I would accompany her and Arthur as they peel off into a side mission away from the thrust of the party. I honestly don't have very many details on what it is that she's asking for, but that also brings me to the second point about what I wanted to talk to you about. Do you have any questions about the first point, though?
Possibly, but let me hear the second part, and
Sure.
I'll...
So this is perhaps a little more ephemeral, a topic. The reason why she is asking me in particular to split off is that the patron deity of my people from the realm that I am from is endangered. I had some issues reaching him, which I assumed were merely related to the fact that I am here and I am not there, right? It seems that that may not be true. I have said this entire time that Silk is not one to be trusted. And I trust that you have taken that heed, at least on face value, if you have not had a chance to go ahead and think about it any deeper than that.
Your issues with Silk are based on your experiences before the time of your original passing. You've been brought back without knowing what has gone between. I don't have any argument or concern with your belief in what you knew. I merely posit that things may have changed. More importantly, my choices have been based upon verification with my God, Tyr, the God of law, truth, justice, and I have followed that implicitly. And every time I have had concerns, I have largely been assured. There have been a few times where any assurance may have been less than direct, but I still carry the blades of law and justice. And I can tell you that given the level of difficulty it took me to be able to wield them, I am convinced that they would not allow me to serve in an evil purpose. They would not knowingly allow me to do that. So I have thus far, and I continue to be confident in my current path.
I have known
If I can't, yeah, I was going to say the one thing that you'll notice is once you had started talking about your deity, HK's hands reflexively, not in a defensive or aggressive posture, were in physical contact with the blades. It is, with your experience, something you've known and Greystokes who have used the blades before, because it can help them determine things like, are people telling me the truth, or they can be mentally communing with the swords to kind of get answers to questions without them having to ask them out loud. That seems to be what he is doing.
Yeah.
And then Ben, for my part, because Leonika doesn't know Dano off the top of my head, would be asking the swords to kind of fill him in if they know anything about this.
Yeah, Danu is the god of the elves. So
Okay.
he's not well known because elves aren't widespread in Alanis, but he is not the god of the elves in your world.
Right.
So he would be one of their beings in a very obscured god because of the way it's worshipped. It's hard. He's not popular because Silk wouldn't want him to be popular in the realm of Alanis that you know of, or Zarian. The Blades will tell you elves were always, they were beloved, but they were also, people were taught to kind of fear them, but they were also very rare, so it was more myth than actual truth in a lot of
Sure.
sense of that.
And the blades, hearing that Deno might, because they were elven blades originally, if I remember correctly,
Yes.
or hearing that Deno might be in jeopardy, I'm assuming they might have some concerns and may want to know more about that jeopardy. Would that be a fair assessment?
A
Or
little
are they still
bit, but
separated
again,
from
they
that?
serve more Tyr.
Yeah.
They are gifts by elves to Tyr, and they have always been the bridge between human and elf. So
Okay.
a lot of what you're doing is like a lot of what the blades represent.
Yep. We are instruments to an end
Yep.
for the deities of two desperate peoples.
I have known many wielders of those blades, HK. I have known them for many, many years. I've had many friends who have wielded those blades, and I have known many others who wielded them also. And I understand and appreciate the weight that adherence to Tyr place on them. I will be fully honest, because I think at this point discretion is unnecessary. Because of our disagreement in which direction Silk was on, I greatly was concerned for who was actually speaking to you through those blades, and if they were indeed truly, really the blades of Tyr that I knew. Without casting any aspersion, I feared that you had been misled. I'm formulating another theory now, and understand that I may not have the answer to this question until after I do this quest that I'm going on with Mira and Arthur. But if what Mira says is true, then the reason why Danu is endangered is because the god himself has been misled and betrayed by Silk. So the adherents who can reach him are still speaking to him. And the work that he does for them is still the work of his hand. The issue is higher up the chain, so to speak.
if
So-
you need to protect your god, then absolutely. Ultimately, I am hoping that the gods can come to an agreement and the war itself can be stopped.
That will not happen.
Then I would hope that some might come to some form of armistice where others may not.
I fear that you are not hearing the words that I'm not saying. I have no doubt that those are and that you are speaking to Tyr. I would ask you to be cognizant of who may be whispering in Tyr's ear and the messages that Tyr may be getting. Tyr is not the top of the pyramid. So beware of who is. Just be aware.
There is a god whose job is to serve and to represent honor. There are gods who represent balance. Tyr is a god of balance and justice, but justice is based on the rules. Typically, soldiers like me would deal with the rules of mortals, people. Even before I was a paladin, before I was a member of the White Flame, I was the arbiter of conflict for those who set the rules. The Drow leadership who set their soldiers against the people of Forstad, and the leaders of Forstad who set us against the Drow soldiers. I have always been the arbiter of somebody else's desires. I am very aware that people, citizens, civilians, mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters are neither deciding nor fighting, but they are the ones who are dying. That's why my home is the choice I've made. As far out as that home is, we are beholden to no king, but to the choices we make. I consider my service to Tyr, now that I am free of the stone I once carried, to being that arbiter of justice for my people. I do serve Tyr. He grants me great power to make these decisions. But if your concerns are true, until such time as he takes those powers away from me, I will serve the justice he has taught me to serve, and not necessarily simply against somebody that he has sent me against. While I have done that in this grand scheme of things, there has always been an opportunity to make changes. They were possessors of the stones that we didn't slay, that we talked down. We defeated in some ways, but in other ways, we dealt with things differently. And I dare say differently than we were actually asked to do so. So I hear your concerns. But may these blades leave me should I ever be possessed by something other than my own mind. I can tell you, I will serve the people in the way I was taught, not a master directing a robotic slave.
In your unhaltering march towards the service of Tyr, it is not your service that I am questioning, HK. If Danu has been led astray, if Danu has been betrayed, so can Tyr. Watch for those signs.
I hear that, and I will raise my hand and these blades to defend him if I find that to be the case.
Quite.
All right.
And Androsius will back towards the door. He will not.
Actually, as you're backing, he will say, and by defend him, I mean show him what is real. If he's being lied to, my job will be to show him the truth.
Your job will be to listen first. Must be. To listen first. I hope that you hear. And if I am wrong, I will let you know.
Thank you.
Is there any question that you have on the first bit of my news then?
I trust that my son brought somebody who could truly help us, and while I don't necessarily understand their ways, as I've said to you, I'm a field commander. I lead when I'm on the battlefield. I strategize with the conflict immediately in my presence. Aside from knowing where I need to be and getting there, I tend not to get involved in that. The White Flame has had other leaders. I've merely aided my friends and my companions in actual conflict to bring us to success. I look at this in much the same way. If there's somebody who has a plan and I see no particular problems with it, I'm happy to cede that leadership. But as you say, I am always listening.
Fair.
And I would say, though I have a sense you probably already are, that you are listening as well.
Always. We have a tradition among my people that when the need for such strategy calls, that allies must fight on different fronts, away from the eyes and ears of the other. That a word or a token is shared so that when I return, you will know that it is me. And when I return, I will know that you are you. So Androsius will reach in his belt pouch, and he'll pull out a small clay tablet, and on that clay tablet is a heraldry. It's the heraldry of the kingdom of Misa from Alanis, and he will break that clay tablet in two, and he will hold a piece out to you.
I will keep it safe.
As will I.
And in front of you, he actually opens his leg and places it within his right thigh. And it closes.
Thick thighs.
Okay.
I have no such token that can be split. Right or wrong, the mere words you have spoken have put you in grave danger. And I think you know that and understand that. He reaches into, like his arm separates a little bit, and he pulls out a medal. And it is, It is a shield that bears the heraldry of Forstad, and it has gnomish script along the borders of the shield. So it's like a metal shield with a riveted edging or piping, for lack of a better phrase. And in between each of those rivets is gnomish script. And he hands it to you and he says, "This is the mark of the defender. It was awarded to me when I saved a gnomish artillery unit from an ambush. I believe what you describe is exactly that, an ambush. When you return, then give that to me. And may this bring you a sense of safety and defend you in your travels."
I will return it safely. And he'll put it into his belt pouch.
Alright, we leave you two. Firebrand, you've gone down to the library, which is actually the captain's quarters. Mira is over at the desk. Battle plans in play. Many books are on the side. She goes and goes. "Greetings, Firebrand. Or do you prefer Auron now that you no longer are part of the Summer Court?"
You can call me Auron. I don't really. It doesn't really matter.
Very well.
I was looking to see if I could use your library to try to maybe do some research on our Lich friend that we're going to be going up against. We don't really know a whole lot about his background, and it might be useful.
Oh, yes, of course. I also want to let you know that now that you're here, in the combat, be careful in the early initials part of the fight, because you will need much of your magic when you run into the Lich King later. There won't be a lot of time for resting. Conserve your magical powers, so to speak.
Will do.
Okay? So you're going to look up Dark
Yeah,
Sun?
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
As you look up
See
Dark
if there's
Sun.
anything new we don't know.
You looking up Dark Sun? Or
Dude, have we found out? Have I found out his name? What his real name is yet?
I think it was so much.
There's too many names and characters and.
Let's see. I think by this time I believe you do, so I won't bust your nut.
Okay.
All right. So you will basically find information that you do know that he is the twin son of the Hawkins dynasty. You will know of his fall. I mean, so a lot of basically that campaign will be known to you. However you want to play with that knowledge, now is up to you. Now that you're making the discovery. While you're investigating, why don't you give me a perception check?
$24.
Okay. You pretty much glance over to Mira as you're trying to read and stuff like that. She looks up every once in a great while. She doesn't really pay that much attention to you, giving you some, as you're reading and looking around. The map is definitely of the location to the north of Spero, of the mountaintop, a couple cities like that. There's a couple of things you notice that are books of geography of the area, but you see a very strange sapphire blue tome that seems to be made of Fae, because you've seen a few of these books very rarely in your time of growth.
I'm gonna look at that.
As you go up to that, she goes, "That's not for you at this moment."
At this moment.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I think you'll enjoy this fight, though, Alron. I know you've been waiting to unleash many of your fire spells.
You know. It's fun.
Of course.
Do you mind if I look up, since I can see things about other worlds, a little bit about Androsius's world, you know, just to know a little bit more about him,
Why would you want to know more about him?
because he's one of my companions and our lives are going to be in each other's hands, and I'd like to know his viewpoint, where he's coming from.
There's not. I'll give you some, but there's a lot. He is an elf who has lived a long time there.
Well, don't have much else to do on this journey,
Yeah.
so I can read at least.
It's true, but we're almost there. She will. She kind of points and to a book, and then you do see something about a Meriwether's tome about information of many important people in the realm. And there's like, this book is like, it's like sides like the elves, kind of like it's a different tome of many others that possibly exist.
Alright.
And you can do some reading on Androsius.
I mean, it's either this or get drunk, so.
Not many people to get drunk with.
Yeah.
Hal and
kinda boring.
Bernard, Russell, you guys have kind of been, well, I'll deal with Russell in a second. But Bernard and Hal, you kind of been, everyone's kind of like been occupying themselves. It seems like there's a lot of battle plans going on. What would you like, is there anything you guys particularly want to get into or check with anybody before being thrown into apparently a massive battle?
Yeah, I think Bernard would want to try to meet with HK or somebody that he thinks would, seems like they know what they're doing, and want to hammer out what Bernard is going to be responsible for.
Sure. HK, you got him after maybe 30 minutes that he was apparently downstairs with Androsius, and you can approach him.
I think he would approach HK straightforward, and he would approach and say, HK, been thinking about the fight that's coming up. Not really sure what I'm doing. I'd like to know, you want me behind you, to your left, your right, where do you want me?
The conditions on the field are likely to change rapidly. What's most important is that you pay attention to direction when I provide it in that moment. There are going to be times where I'm going to move quickly and far ahead. If I am doing something of that nature, your goal would be to close ground and defeat anything between where you were and where I go.
Understood.
I would only do that if there's a significant threat at a distance that we cannot reach together. So I will occupy them so they are not able to indirectly harm the rest of the group.
Understood.
I will also need you to make sure that a priority as we go, because we are limited in numbers, is that we don't leave others behind. Do you have any kind of skills with tending wounds or helping anybody in that nature, in that way?
I'm not much good at healing, but I can carry somebody far.
I will need you to make sure you do your best to at least stabilize until those who have healing arts and magics can get to them. What we cannot afford is, if people fall, to allow them to die while the rest of us keep our enemies off of us.
Understood. My shield will get some good use,
Excellent.
and maybe this armor will get a scratch or two.
I've worn lots of armor in my life. The goal is never to have your armor scratched.
Well, I've kept it polished this long. I hope to keep it clean.
Dirt and dense are very different things. I learned that from an old gnome blacksmith.
I'll pass that along.
Excellent.
That's a great quote.
I gotta say, I just made that up on the fly.
I
It
like
sounded about right.
I like it.
I'm pretty confident if I had a drill sergeant that had us all
Yeah,
dressed
you'd
up
be
in metal gear when I was in, that would have been a statement that they would have made.
Damn, that's good.
All right, Hal.
Yeah.
What about you? So,
I want to look for Firebrand, the Firebrand.
Firebrand. He's in the he's downstairs in the captain's quarter in the library with Mira.
Yeah, I think I'd still like to approach.
Okay.
Library is a familiar setting.
Okay. He's in a book, and Mira is over battle plans with also several books around her. Mira says,
Okay.
"Evening, Hal."
Evening, lady, my lady. So, how should somebody with my particular skill set prepare for such a grand conflict?
HK will be leading you, and I imagine your inspirations, your jack of all trade abilities may be needed here and there, but stay close to the main fighter body.
Will do, indeed. What else do you know about this Lich?
Fallen from the Hawkins dynasty. That's from what I know a little bit. I did not do a great deal of research. He is already of Lich, and he is serving Hades, so his power source is coming from, or his aspirations come from that.
You said Hawkins.
Yes.
Is this... This wouldn't have me the same of the Tale of Two Princes in Hell, would it? The story, I don't know, somebody like you may have heard of?
I may not have actually heard that exact tale, but I believe some of the actual historical books from the Garden of Gaia reference some of that tale. You actually happen to notice that Firebrand is reading such history of the Garden of Gaia at this moment, particularly the Hawkins Dynasty chapter.
Is there another copy of that? Of what my friend there is reading?
There is only one once you pull it from the library. Any particular interest in this Lich that you have for some reason?
Well, you see, where I come from, my best act is telling stories, and this particular tale, the Two Princes of Hell, in Hell, that mentions Deimos Hawkins and Maximore and sisters, and Killian, his brother, and the betrayal that he portrayed.
Yeah. That story is how this whole thing happened. For Hades used that deal with Deimos Hawkins to create the 7 more or less link cages to Silk. That was the way that they were. That was the only way that she was able to be freed. Were these power stones to be taken away from her champions?
I see. I never would have thought that I would come this close to interacting with the reality that the tale was based off of. Truly, I'm meeting legends such as you, and HK, and the Firebrand.
Well, I'm an unknown legend here, Hal. Only you know of me here, among bards.
And that makes you very special. Indeed. Where might we be resting aboard this vessel?
There are cabins below. This is a warship.
I will go set up then, and you be to your studies.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. bows and heads his way down.
Okay. Russell, you find a lot of little knickknacks that are just elements that don't exist in Spero, so some cool little things. Coins that are printed in faces of you've never seen. So there's a couple little knickknacks of that kind of going on. The ship is relatively empty of anything, but you're pretty sure that it was once heavily supplied, but it looks like it's recently going through some type of transition. The only thing really left, the only thing outside of not the captain's quarters where Mira and Firebrand are, is the actual helm where the pilot, the Type 2 pilots are.
Well, she'll take the coins. Those go in her pack because they can. She's not so much interested in how this thing works. So once she realizes that, okay, this is the helm, which is what she's gonna move on. If she does end up at the library, she's really not interested in reading anything, but she probably will look in and see Firebrand, whom she used to have been tasked to protect. Mira, if she sees Mira, she's probably going to slightly snicker because she's going to remember what the Redcaps called her. Maybe even just for the sake of herself, because she is who she is. Give her a sniff to see if she smells. Like, she's going to walk in and she'll look around. Maybe as she passes, she's going to pass by Mira towards Firebrand. She'll try to subtly give her a sniff to see if she smells like summer, like the Redcap said, to see what that supposedly smells like.
Give me a perception check at advantage since you're trying to specific thing you're trying to do.
That will be a 26.
Oh yeah, you are definitely sensing that she is Court of Summer. And
Okay.
because of your sniff was so high, she's considered the sniff that you're getting is almost power of Lady of the Courts.
She's wearing strong perfume, is what you're saying. I can really smell all of that. Okay.
No, this would actually be for you a magical sense that you're
Right.
that you're sensing Fae because you're of Fae. But you also know that there is only one lady, one knight, one queen of the court. She shouldn't have this power.
All right. Russell will continue and walk towards Firebrand just to see what he's doing. Like, she's trying to, act casual as she's walking by.
You said you went with T as well, so you brought T into this mess?
Yeah, I said if T wanted, with or without T, she was going to do it. So.
Well, T was going to come up. T will now have followed in, and she will also go up to Firebrand with you as well. Puts her hands over the armrest of your chair, Firebrand, and they're both now looking at what you're reading.
Russell
T.
Russell will outright, as she comes up to you, go, "What you doing?"
Reading.
Wow.
Would you like to join me?
No, that sounds real boring.
Yeah.
Thought you were into drinking, Firebrand.
Oh, you can do both. It's crazy.
No, if I did this at both, I would fall asleep.
All right, well, you can pick one or the other if you want.
Who's this Hawkins? Hey, weren't we in this area before? Yeah, we were in Sfazo.
Yeah.
These Hawkins had a real beef with those people. Ah, go figure.
Yep. What you can find out reading. Crazy.
Well, pretty good job, Smarty Pants.
talk, T.
Thanks. Russell, we should find the kitchen.
Ooh. If you're making sandwiches,
I'm not married to you. I'm not making you goddamn sandwiches.
didn't hurt to ask, right?
That's fair. Okay. So Russell, you'll leave all be?
Yeah. I think that's good enough.
Okay. All right. You guys are pretty much all have had some little encounters. There's no one else that anyone wishes to do or feels very comfortable about the situation you're about to be brought into.
Did you say so? Did you say that we had to go through, like the library is attached to the captain's quarters, or is it like through the captain's
The
quarters?
library is the captain's quarters.
I forgot about that if you said it last time when I said I was going to the library.
Yeah. This bookshelf is in the captain's quarters.
Then while he was interacting with T specifically, Russell will have been, and she's not really trying to hide it. You know, she might have a look of awe on her face, like wow, but she's really paying attention and looking around and wants to, if anything stands out to her little fey mind.
Give me an investigation check.
That book, that's not for me.
Investigation. Well, that's a 16.
Pretty much as you're going through and looking around, there are some weird, apparently tapestries to a nobility that you don't know of that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently seems a lot to be of a human kingdom. There is some things based on Mercion in the area as well. Someone, again, you don't know anything about. And a few pictures of some older people with which does look like Mira from 2 years ago.
Okay.
So to your understanding, this is definitely Mira's ship.
Right. You know, she's not gonna either T's leaving and she's not gonna follow right away, but she is who she is. She's gonna walk up to Mira and eye her from her short stature. She's gonna leave a word out of the phrase that she learned, and she's just going to look up at her and say, "Princess Mira, you smell of summer."
Yes. My grandfather is of the Summer Court. And it's covered up the way I met HK's son.
She's gonna cock her head and think for a second, and then she's gonna say, "What are you doing here?
Paying off a favor.
Why?"
It is the way the Fae work. You should know that. You are of Autumn. When a favor is given, we must pay the favor back. It's really not much of a choice.
She nods. She knows this. But why?
He helped me in my realm when I needed my court, and we had some difficulties. So I borrowed from a court of summer that was of a different existence.
She's gonna hear her own voice back, and since I'm not you, Ben, favors.
I paid it to get his help, and he's called upon it for now. So I had to answer. I will say this is important to me. It is before my wedding.
Congratulations!
Thank you. I've worked very hard, I think, for it.
in like 3 different voices, I mean, it's just 3 words, but in like 3 different voices, she's going to say, what was favor? And the favor is again in her voice.
I need help for my kingdom. I had to pay and help his kingdom when I asked. I must say, Russell, I wish we had more of the people of the Fae in my world, as this world has with you.
She's kind of smirking. She's kind of, her eyes are gonna roll back a little bit, like, okay. And then she can't really think of anything else that she's capable of saying. And she's gonna clack the beak just once in a little bit of frustration, and then she's gonna go, okay, bye, and walk out.
Okay. Goodbye, she says. Bernard, just before you lost connection, was there anything everyone's kind of like had an encounter, was there anything else you wanted to?
No, I think
Okay.
she's good.
Alright, you guys sleep the night over, it becomes morning, Mira comes out as you guys are meeting on the deck, and she says, alright, the ship is going to land close by to an entrance that I found amongst some geography maps that I was checking. I spoke with Diana. She's going to bring a main force to strike the main legion. So most of the summer army is going to distract the large embodiment of the Dark Sun's undead legion. However, there are still guardians, because they are undead, lingering at this entrance. It is paramount for you to go in and clear as much as you can. You do not need to clear it all to get in to strike at the Lich King. If you're not unaware, necromancy is ruled by its creator, so wiping out all the undead in the outer area is not needed. Once we get to the Lich King, that is all we need to do. I am going to take Arthur and Androsius on the side for another important mission, plus I'm also adding that we will find the vase, the parafat that the Lich King soul resides into. So once you, Firebrand, I take it you have the message spell, sending spell, please message me as soon as the Lich King goes down, and then we will be able to strike.
I do not have that spell.
You do not. Well, here we go.
No.
Do not worry, I have backup. She hands you a coin. There's a very odd symbol on it, and she goes, this is a missive coin. All you need to do is think of me and say the Lich King is destroyed and let the coin go. It will find me.
Dokie.
Alright. That's the plan in place. Once we have the Lich King destroyed, we should be able to collect each other back together again, and my service to you will be fulfilled.
We should prepare. Many of us have been availing themselves of your library. Are there any additional pieces of equipment or items of any nature that might be able to assist members of our group? And he kind of knowingly nods towards his younger companions that he hasn't known for years, looking specifically at the bard and the young soldier with the chicken.
Unfortunately, I have not. Plunder for many of my battles was not frequent enough for us to just have a hoard on hand. I wish we did. But I will say, once you get past the gates, there could be many treasures lying about. But I must warn you, be discreet, or I should say, be cautious picking up anything. However, it is more likely that it would be helpful should any treasures you find on the way. Cursed items, especially in this location, are quite historically known for such assaults.
Understood. Ben, just as a bit of housekeeping, I am confident that most of my magic items that I do not currently use, I have given away, with the possible exception of my +1 glaive. Would that match kind of what your recollection would be?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I know I gave somebody my tower shield, though, off the top of my head. I cannot remember to whom.
Yeah.
But I know I did give that away. Okay.
Okay.
I will look at Bernard and say, are you capable of wielding a heavy two-handed weapon?
I am. Yes, sir.
And he hands you a glaive. Interestingly enough, as he does so, he does some flourishes and maneuvers one-handed that should only be able to be accomplished with two hands. And then he hands it to you.
Grabbing the glaive, I think Bernard would like stumble with the weight, mess around with it, and realize he can't do that.
I don't expect you to use it one-handed. It is not designed for men to use it one-handed. Will you be effective with it two-handed?
I will. Bigger
That's-
weapon means bigger hit.
As far as adding to your sheet, you can add a +1 glaive. Beyond that, it's not specifically special, but it is a +1.
Got that. Thank you. Well, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Before meeting up with everybody, could I have ritually casted 5 familiar?
Yep.
Before and oh cool. So I have a weasel, and his name is Linguini.
Okay.
You have a chicken and a weasel.
It's gonna end badly for the chicken.
They're gonna-
Uh-huh. Real bad.
I've known a great many chickens, and I have known a great many weasel.
My
I
flock
can
was
tell you,
decimated by a weasel.
I am much more friendly with weasels. That's all
right.
I'm going to say about that.
Anything else? Oh, Josh, we can't hear you.
I was saying, fantastic house traveling around with Pauly Shore. That's great. The wheeze!
Nice.
No wheezing the juice.
All right. You see the airship start to pick up a little bit of speed. Mira has you guys all on the deck. I will note, so NPC wise, Wind and T are with you guys. So
And remind me again, Ben, which weapon Wind is wielding?
the Sword of Tyr.
Okay.
Let's say wind or fire. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, them.
Oh, her. Okay.
I will also at some point point out to Bernard that Wind is also a paladin. So, when we were talking about getting people who are wounded to somebody who can heal them, Wind would be Wind and or myself would be two of the people that you may need to help. You also have Russell.
Got it.
I do a little
Battle
bit.
buddies.
But if Russell, Wind, or myself are heavily engaged, Hal would be your primary person to bring somebody who's injured.
Got it.
I can do it a little bit. We'll get you back up.
All right.
Oh. And Firebrand, Do you have any potions of healing on you?
Great question, as always. That would be no.
I will hand you a potion of greater healing.
Oh, wait, no, I do have one. Actually.
Okay.
I already have one.
Russell, do you have any potions of healing? I will hand you a potion of greater healing.
Thank you.
And I am going to remove it from my... Oh, actually, I have 3 of them. So I handed Russell one. Firebrand already has one. Bernard, you and Hal now each have a potion of greater healing.
Okay.
Much appreciated.
Thank you. very much.
That should allow either of you, if you are not injured, to bring up somebody who is badly injured. The idea is none of us go down long term. All of us get back up and we all keep fighting.
Hells yeah.
And I think that is... I think that's everything that I've got to distribute at this point.
Okay.
Russell will look between Hal and Bernard, and she's kind of. I think who did I offer rings of protection to before? Like who got one before?
You actually gave one to Mira.
Did I?
Yep.
All right. She's gonna look at Bernard and Hal and kind of go. and maybe you remember a rhyme from your childhood that she could be mouthing, but you can't understand with her beak. And Bernard, pick even or odd, please.
Odd, please.
I got even. Hal, you're going to get a ring of protection.
Yay! Thank you. Another trinket, thank you.
She actually went, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one of you is easiest to kill? You get the ring, Hal.
You're not wrong.
So it's a standard ring of protection, and you have to attune to it. Then she's going to look at Bernard, and she's going to hold up a chain shirt, pull it out of her backpack.
I don't know, Russell. I think this half plate suit me better.
Back into the backpack, because she's wearing better.
Thank you, though.
She's going to kind of go like that, and be like, you'll see Elvin Shane, and she's just like, mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd have to take a short rest to attune. Yeah, you can do that later, maybe. Probably.
You got to do it now.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll do it now.
Do it now. Yes.
How about
No.
I'll do it now, yeah, you're right, yeah.
As your voice breaks. Yeah, okay, guys, I'll do it now.
I'm doing it live. Okay, out to a 19.
All right.
Your armor class is a 19?
Yeah.
I'm not even a 19 when I'm naked.
He's also
Juanita.
he's also half your level. There are some squishy
Fair.
people in your party right now.
Fair.
Let you know.
Very squish. Much squish.
Hasn't leveled up since you met her, HK.
Yeah.
Or at least since you last saw her.
HK is armor.
Pretty much. There she is.
Yeah.
All right. I need everyone. Let me see. What's that going? Nope. There it is. All right. I need everyone to roll initiative for me.
Oh, snap. Oh, no. Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Is that it? Yeah, okay, cool.
Just let us know if you don't see it in Beyond.
Yeah, I got all you guys. I'm just waiting for
Okay.
Hal.
Oh, I rolled a 19, I have a +4.
So 23.
12 for intros, yes, man.
Yeah, I think I had. Oh yeah, you're the only one else. Also don't have.
I like the rebellion of making the DM do the math.
Absolutely, yeah. Physical dice all the way. Like, that's...
Yeah.
What'd you get? 19 plus 4.
Son of a
20,
bitch.
21,
I had to make sure it wasn't a 10.
23.
Thank you, Scanlan Dice.
Did you say Scanlan dice?
Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
critter. I'm a feral day. I've seen critters all day long.
I've had a pair of cats roaming through my office most of the day. I've watched them kill critters all day long. It's just like,
we haven't closed our pool yet. I've been fishing critters out of it all day.
It's like, oh, I rolled a mushroom. You know what that means? It's a 20.
Did you notice that subtle flex of Josh saying I have a pool?
Like, oh, what's that? You
What's
got
funny is you said subtle.
Jake, have you ever known me to be subtle? Come on now.
Oh, wow. Holy schmosis.
That's a very large individual.
He's an undead giant.
That was a big boy.
Okay.
Alright, I don't see a map or anything. Am I supposed to?
Yes. You should see a map. A big map just popped up on the right here.
Yeah. Nope. Nothing.
You might
To
need
the
a
right of
refresh.
to the right of where you, Jake, and me are lined up.
But to be
Correct.
but to be fair, you're also not in the map. So just to let you know. All right. So starting here.
Ah, that's right.
This is wind. If you're watching where my black arrows, wind. Bernard, you are here in the yellow. HK in the front.
Yep.
This will be you, Hal, over here. Obviously, with the red color base is Firebrand, T, and the green base, Russell. Okay.
Obvious.
You're dropped off. The ship goes cloaked, and
Oh shit.
Mira, Arthur, and Androsius are going into a different area. All right. Hal, you will see this. What would you like to do?
Oh, boy. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, what you are seeing are a number of zombies.
Cool. I don't have much offensive, but I do. I guess I'll go ahead and cast Hypnotic Pattern in within 120 feet. No. Can I get somewhere in like in the middle of this? Cast it in the middle of the crowd
Yeah.
of this mob.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a 30-foot cube,
Okay.
and each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a Wisdom saving throw. They become charmed for the duration if they fail.
Well, they're all undead, dude.
Shit balls. Balls. Alright, just magic missile. Balls. So yeah, just gotta do a 3rd level magic missile then. And we're gonna hit... right to what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like who I want to hit.
Yeah, that guy right there. You can tell me you want to hit him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fire missiles at that guy.
Fire away.
Alright, so. Ha! Lowest. So that's 3 plus. So it's 5 missiles. 5. It's only like. Wait. Yeah, it's only like 6 force damage. I rolled a 1.
6 force damage. All right.
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Ouch. Okay.
D4.
Well, you're a little scared. You pop it on when we get that.
This is gonna take a while.
Wait, we're going. Firebrand, you're next.
Oh, I know you want me to use all my spell slots on fireballs.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at, isn't this mob tempting?
I know.
You know HK wants you to do that.
Yeah, but then I'm not gonna have any spells.
You don't have to go with your top level, but hit the big thing in the back and get as many of the people in front of it as you can.
I'll be hitting people with a shitty stick here. Yeah. I guess we can do just a quaint little 3rd level
Back there?
fireball. Yeah. So the outside edge is touching him.
Yeah.
and
It's
gets
going
as
to
many
be
guys.
everyone in that middle area pretty well. How much damage?
30. Oh, I know I gotta have something in here. I'll change it to 6, making it 34.
What's your DC?
19.
Okay. I just need that giant. So 30 points of damage. Where is that giant?
To 35. I can add my intelligence modifier to 1 damage roll.
35?
Yeah.
Okay. He's taking a pretty big blast. There it is. Cooked mob, explosion, and body parts fly all over the place. But the big guy is still standing. Would you like to do anything else? As you're done?
No, I'm not getting in front of my fellows here.
Just checking.
Yeah.
As long as I can see that golden dome in front of me, I'm good.
T runs up and puts several blast shots on this undead thing. Breaks it down, but it slowly kind of gets back up on her. HK, it's you.
Okay. I'm gonna move to T, up to T's space,
Okay.
and I am going to bring. I'm going to bonus action. Yeah, bonus action Hunter's Mark. Put it right on the second zombie, not the first one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Lawbringer on the first zombie.
The one that she's hit.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a 27 to hit.
Oh yeah.
That's a 15 to damage.
And it is there.
The second attack goes on the one that now has Hunter's Mark.
Yep.
Also Lawbringer. That's a 34 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That is a 10 to damage.
Okay. You take off half its arm, most of its arm, on its right side.
Third attack is on that same one.
Okay.
27 to hit.
Yep.
13 damage.
Oh shit, is it?
And I'm assuming I still have some movement.
Yep.
I'm going to shift back so I am in the breach. Before, not back, but like right here. Basically, I'm stepping into the line, so they have to escape my area of opportunity to get at any of my party unless they're attacking me.
Okay. Wind is gonna make a double move to hold that area over there.
Excellent. I will also shout out Bernard. Move to protect. Protect Wind's back.
Coming out of the well is a spectral form.
Well, that's not good. They're decidedly bad.
All right.
Russell, didn't you deal with me after one of those came out once?
It grabs at T, and she goes, "Oh, damn, that's cold."
Does that mean that she saved?
The ghost did not disappear. So, yes, you know that she is not possessed. Russell, it is you.
Well, hang on. Did it use a charm or a frightened at such spell?
No, it tried to do a possession.
Okay, damn. Alright. Well, I'm going to change my original plan then. I'm going to pull Oathbow
Okay.
out off my back, which I am currently attuned to, and in a voice nobody has ever heard, and a language, well, no, I take that back. Who? Somebody might know this. In Elvish, she says something. And she says, "Swift death to you who have wronged me." She aims for the spectral and lets loose. Oh, fuck, with a 1.
You shoot T in the back, saying, "Only I could make the shot." I'm kidding. You miss.
Ben, he's right there, man. He's right there. We're supposed to save that stuff for when he's not looking.
Oh, my bad. It was the elven bow. It
Later,
possessed
Ben,
me.
jeez.
Is there anything else you can do? Or you gotta
I got it. I believe. Yeah, I have 2 attacks.
one more shot?
This is not the time to make a second attack.
Ow, and I just threw my damn dice across the table instead of into the tray. Damn it. That was a... Wait a minute. That's a 15.
Who are
to
you
hit.
shooting? The ghost?
Yes.
Yes, you hit.
Okay. I'm also going to use Dreadful Strike in addition to... So that's an extra d6.
What kind of damage is it?
It is piercing plus that, and then whoops, wrong thing. I just want to make sure I'm hitting all the dice that this thing allows me to use. Okay. 14 damage.
Okay. The ghost is it went through it. It might have hurt a little bit of it, but not a lot. You wish to move up?
No, I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm just making sure there's no disadvantages to my now sworn enemy. There is not.
Okay. Coming from another well again, another being comes out and goes straight for you, Hal.
Yay!
I need Hal to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, cool. I should be.
I mean, I'm sorry, Bernard.
Oh, okay.
Going for you, Bernard. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong model.
Damn it.
You said charisma?
Charisma, yes.
Is Bernard within range of me? I don't think actually. I don't know if I got any out.
That was a 12.
What is the range?
I'm checking that out for you right now. Hang on 1 second. I'm also not sure it can do a whole lot at my level, but I'm going to find out.
Oh. Bernard, do you have Indomitable?
I do.
You will need that.
Yeah.
I will use it.
Okay, reroll.
Yeah, I don't have enough levels in Paladin to
That is an
have
unnatural 20.
That thing rushed up to you. You felt it kind of go into your chest a bit, and you feel the cold, and you were able to kind of just shove, and somehow you had enough of your own, like you felt a bit to push the ethereal being away from you.
Okay.
Was this another possession?
Yes.
Okay.
It is your turn, Bernard.
Before Bernard goes, I actually can make an attack because an enemy did as part of my Titan's Mantle.
You sure can.
I am going to swing at and hopefully slay the creature to my left.
Okay.
Or my right. This
Right,
one
yeah.
right here.
Go for it.
And again, this is Bringer of Law. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Bringer of Law gets this one. Bringer of Law only hits with a 17.
It hits.
Excellent. And 11 points of damage.
All right, it is pretty badly hurt.
Got it.
Okay. Bernard, what would you like to do?
Alright, well, I'd like to make an attack on that ghost right in front of me.
Okay, roll.
21.
That hits.
That's going to be for 9 points of damage.
Nice.
And then Bernard will like backstep and take his extra attack on it.
Okay,
That's a 13.
that hits again.
And 5 points of damage.
All right. It wails as the magical weapon passes through its body.
Does that kill it?
No.
No. Then yeah, I think Bernard would just stay right where he is, trying to keep that ghost in front of him rather than going for the others.
Okay.
Bernard, how many attacks around do you have?
I just have one and then my extra attack.
Hello.
And one of them came past my area of opportunity. Actually, never mind. I already used my reaction.
Two large bolts miss you, HK. Fired from the walls.
Are they literally shooting ballista at me?
Shit, yeah, they are.
Alrighty then. It's on like Donkey Kong.
See,
What is
HK is just tank level threat. Needs
Raise
tank
your hand
level
if you've ever
weapons.
been hit by a ballista bolt.
All right, so
real life or in game, Josh?
Real life.
Russell and
Sorry,
and
that's not
Firebrand, you will see Win, T, and HK all being attacked by zombies. They don't. They're getting kind of pressured, but you didn't see any effects of them being overwhelmed or taken down at any point of that. Whoa. Totally missed. All right.
Oh, big guy.
These wins are class. Oh my god. Well, shit. That thing does do a good walks up, takes 2 quick swings, and it nails Wind hard. She goes down to a knee as she's hit hard on the shoulder from the giant. And then, how did I miss you? Oh yeah, I got you. All right. All right. You guys end up in a son of subchambers. You guys are dropped off and are starting to make your way down, Androsius.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to say while you're as you guys are going?
Yeah, as we're going down, Mira, you mentioned that we're also going to be getting the Lich's phylactery. Do we know where it is?
I will have to look for it, but I am very astute at finding things when I need to.
Fair enough. Right. So what's the plan? Like, what do we do?
We just need to get to the spot that I'm looking for, and then we will know more.
I'll follow you.
Okay. Hal, we are back to you.
Okay. This is range. Show the channels. Alright, so, like, one is right in front of me, right? Can't see that part of the...
Yeah, I'm trying to get this thing from looking from the back to you guys. Oh, there we go. Ain't much better. There you go.
Alright, yeah, right there. Cool.
Yeah, you got a zombie in your face.
Alright. I'm gonna try to booming blade him.
Okay,
The rapier.
do it.
Okay. That is 22.
Yeah, hits.
Alright, so booming blade damage and rapier damage. Let's see. 7 thunder and 3 piercing.
You blow off its left arm, but it's still reaching at you with its right arm.
Alright, bonus action. I'm going to inspire Bernard after seeing the ghost try to, like, possess him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want that to happen.
Okay.
So, Bernard, you get a 1d8.
D8. All right.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Firebrand.
Oh boy. Already back around to me now. Alright, so we haven't seen more ghosts come out yet, right?
Well, you saw those two.
Yeah. Just a bigger. Let's go, another fireball, the edge of it against the big guy to try to get as many other people in this direction.
In what direction?
Towards, like, this area. Towards
It won't get the
well.
ghost. Oh, well, maybe... No, yeah, I can get the ghost. The only risk would be just wind and T, which you can cover, correct?
Yeah, I can spell sculpt it.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Alright.
So I can make... Oh, I got
Dex
4,
again?
1...
That's a fail.
Why isn't it adding it up? Oh,
Firebrand make beautiful boom boom.
Yeah.
Sure does. Oh, this thing...
I didn't see the number. Did a number pop up on yours, Ben?
did not.
Yes. 31.
It did?
31.
Okay, I think I saw, 4 1. It didn't show up on mine, like the total. I think I saw 4 1s that I can make all 2s.
So
So the
4
total-
1s, so that would make it 35 damage.
And I can add the +5 for my intelligence modifier to that as well.
Okay. 40.
Yeah.
That big giant is messed up. And ooh, so the ghost near T is gone, and
There should be a handful of zombies gone.
yeah, that's probably the truth.
Marvelous.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Wind goes as the explosion and fire goes. Wind goes. Had I had you at Feng's Keep a long time ago, things would have been different in history.
I look at Hal and I wink and I go, "Write that down."
Oh, Jacob, you get inspiration for that.
Hells yeah.
Alright, T's gonna take that fucking thing on.
She's gonna boot kick and kill a giant zombie. Awesome.
Yeah. I don't think she can really miss. What is this thing's AC? Oh, yeah.
Flurry of blows to the shin gap.
Yeah, so she just
Hell
goes
yeah.
up, cracks at its knee, it kind of drops a bit. She kind of climbs up on the, like, grabs the knee cup part of it, smashes into the femur bone. That kind of cracks. It kind of leans down a bit. She nails into the to the hip, and then just for the hell of it, Fury's a blow just cracks through ribs and just breaks the entire rib cage down, and the head just drops, kind of like where she is. She goes, "That's how you do it."
Russell whispers over to Bernard, "That's why I keep her around."
Wind winks at that and continues to smite now a couple of more zombies around that. The blade is just shattering the undead that are basically around her. And then something comes out of the tunnel. Oh, that light. You didn't think I was gonna make it this easy, did you?
Oh, of course not.
I thought fireballs were the way to go.
What the hell?
Oh, zombie dragon?
Is that a worm? What?
It's like a bone dragon, yeah.
Oh.
F me.
Hey.
It goes through and just breathes some purplish flame all over Wind and T. She tries to block there, but T just kind of flips as it lands in the area of the breath. Wind looks singed a bit. She's isn't terrible, but it definitely looks like she hit. T doesn't look like anything happened to her. Russell is you.
because I'm a ranger and I forgot bonus action Hunter's Mark on the dragon.
Okay.
And I'm gonna whisper to the bow again, since the first specter is down. Swift death to swift death to you who have wronged me. So I have a new target, and I am going to go after him.
Okay.
If I can throw my dice, and I haven't even taken anything yet. That's a 14.
Misses. It doesn't go through the hide.
And you redeem yourselves. 26.
That hits.
Okay. I made a mistake earlier. I'm picking this purple die is my psychic damage because
Okay.
my dreadful strikes are psychic.
Nothing is immune to psychic, so go to town.
4 for psychic.
Okay.
$22 points of piercing.
Nice. It lodged in hard into its side. Do you wish to move?
No, I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Bernard, what is your armor class?
17.
17. The ghost tries to attack you, but it misses. And that is it. Another thing comes out of the well. It is not a ghost. It is a form of a ghost, of a being, of a knight, a warrior knight. A knight you've seen before. Sir Arcasus comes out from the well.
Ben,
Yes?
you must have known what I was going to do, because now I can't do that, and I gotta stay here.
Oh. Sorry.
I almost think you actually meant that brief moment of sadness. Almost.
He swings and decapitates 2 of the zombies around you. And then the third one hits you.
Actually, I have not used my reaction for this round. So, what's important to note is I'm going to use evasive footwork, which allows me to use my superiority die
Yep.
as a D10, and I can add that to my 24 AC.
Okay, roll.
So that gives me a 31 AC.
He just hit it.
Damn!
So you will take 19 piercing damage, slashing damage. You will also take
Okay.
8 necrotic damage.
Wait, was this from that night?
Yes, and 21.
Hold on. I'm gonna cast Silvery Barbs.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. All right, you're fine. He just missed you because of your other reaction thing.
And I'll give HK the advantage on next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw within a minute.
Okay. So your reactions are used. Bernard.
I'm gonna take another swing at that ghost right in front of me.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 28.
Yeah, that hits.
Hell yeah.
And hold on, I gotta reroll that. I think I did it twice. 14 damage.
Nice. Still standing.
Still standing. I'm taking another swing.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 10.
All right.
D8.
It is look like it's broken up pretty badly. The knight will use a legendary action, and it will strike you. And it rolled a natural 20.
Can I silvery barbs that?
You want to use your action as well?
Yep.
He will still hit, but he does not get all the other stuff.
Okay.
All right. You will take. So Lee, you will take. HK, you take 19 damage.
Okay.
No, I take that back. You take 22 slashing damage. You take 8 plus. Well, it's actually more of this. You will take 29 necrotic damage.
All right.
Advantage from the silvery barbs.
All right. And
Somebody has something that's clickety clacketing.
it is my dice rolling on the other side. That's
Oh,
from
okay.
my hearing a lot of that. All right. So Bernard, you are
A million
there.
dice?
Yeah, there's a lot of extra damage. There's a reason why the Knights of Nine were created.
We're all dead.
It's a rhythmic, continuous click, 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 click.
Are you hearing that? I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I hear that.
No, I hear it.
Do you?
We're fine as long as we know what it is.
Okay. Bernard, do you have anything else you're doing?
Use my extra attack. I think that was a miss. So no, that's it.
No, you hit with the second one, I thought. It's almost dead, this creature. But.
Oh, then that's it. I only have 2 attacks.
Alrighty. Alright. One of the zombies actually tears into your arm, HK. You take 5 points of damage. Oh shit.
Okay.
And 2 zombies have grabbed wind. She is wounded and now restrained. As the dragon looms over her.
Did I get a turn yet?
I believe I thought you did.
I don't think so. I thought I went after Hal.
Did I miss you?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead then.
Okay. I'm going to shut out the firebrand. Cover wind. And then I am going to put my Hunter's Mark, my bonus action. Hunter's Mark is going on the Knight of the Nine.
Okay.
And I am going to swing at it. And give me 1 second. And so, going at the Knight of the Nine with Lawbringer.
Okay.
That's going to be a 29 to hit.
Hits.
That's going to be a 15 on the regular damage.
Okay.
And Hunter's Mark is a D6. And that's going to add another 5, so 20 total damage on the first hit.
Okay.
Second attack is going to be Lawbringer again.
Yep.
Whoo! That's not good.
That's a miss.
Yeah, that's definitely a miss. Because that was a natural 1, I should add that. But,
Oh.
yeah. Third attack. With Lawbringer. That's going to be a 32.
Hits.
That's going to be
13.
13 on the regular damage.
Yep.
That's going to be another 3 on top of that.
Okay.
And I am going to put two smites on it.
All right.
And so that's going to be D8s, correct?
Yep. These are radiant.
Yep.
Okay. So what level?
They're both first level smites.
Okay.
So that's 2d8 added,
Yep.
radiant, so 9 points of radiant damage.
Whoops.
And on that hit, I am also going to add some superiority to it.
Okay.
And specifically, I am going to go with a... Oh, you know what? I should actually re-roll d20s because I had advantage on that one. But I'll do that in a second. My superiority die is going to add a d8 of damage, but it is going to be a maneuvering attack.
Okay.
Which allows me to position myself on the backside of that creature without provoking an attack of opportunity, so I'm not going to be harangued by the rest of the zombies.
Okay.
And then on that one, that extra attack would have been still likely a miss. That would have been I only rolled a 2.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Yeah, so we're fine there. And then I roll a superiority die for the damage when I did my maneuvering attack, which is a d10. Counts as regular damage, but that's going to be another 10.
Okay. All right. Pretty good weapon on it. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Androsius, you, Mira, and Author come across a peppered, arrowed body of a large elf who stands like 15 feet, but he's lying on the ground.
Any markings or heraldry or anything, like any way of identifying where or who he might be?
Well, the arrows would look like ballistas. You know this to be Danu,
To know this to be what?
your god.
Oh, that's what I thought you said. Yeah.
He's lying gravely wounded.
Could I lay on hands?
Are you a paladin?
Yeah, I'm a paladin of his.
Yeah.
So it just that's the weirdness of it. Like,
Yeah, I get you.
Do I feel like that would even be effective? Like, I guess is what I'm saying.
Give me a medicine check.
16 on the die for a 17.
You see that the wounds seem like the wounds that are affecting him look like the arrows themselves are still like destroying him. Like he's holding on to substance, maybe you feel like he's only here maybe because your presence is here. And
Okay, so yeah.
and give me another insight check, and you'll have advantage on this.
On advantage, okay. With the advantage at natural 20.
Wow. You as you're kind of like seeing your god, you feel that you're feeling the life force, but yet you're kind of like maintaining what he is. But you all of a sudden kind of see and sense that he's getting some substance from Mira as well. Like her lineage bonds him as well.
Mira, what is this? What are we seeing?
I believe this is Danu. That is what I knew was coming here.
Yes, but what is your connection here?
What do you mean?
I sense him, but I sense that you or your magic somehow are propping him up, maybe? Affecting him in some way?
Oh, yes. That's what I was theorizing. I think he's passing Androsius. And the elves need a god. And I was not forefront with this because I have just only recently found I have heritage to this. I am quarter elf. I have lineage to one of the more important houses of my world. I feel it was important to me as well.
So let me make sure that I fully understand what you're proposing. That you, who has been brought here by a child of silk, have helped me stumble across a dead body of the elven god, that you could happily take his mantle? Is that what you're proposing? Okay. No. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't going to have words here.
I want you to take the mantle. And we'll move back to the combat. Hal!
Hi. Yeah.
I gotta do one thing. What is your armor class, Hal? 19?
It's a 19.
The zombie has swung at you, but he misses. But now it is your go.
Okay, cool. I'm a poke him right back with another booming blade.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Another 16 plus 6 to 22.
That hits.
Alright. Thunder damage. 5 thunder. Piercing is 4 piercing.
You blow off his. He has no arms, but he's still now trying to bite you.
It's merely a flesh wound. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
He is like the Black Knight. Firebrand.
Alright, so given HK's instructions, whatever fireball I can get to get all those zombies and over as much towards these guys as possible.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Bad boy.
That's a lot of D6s. Holy shit.
4 were ones that I can make 2, so 31 plus 5, 36.
36 damage. Wow. Alright. Dragon gets blasted. As an explosion erupts, kind of like laying on her back and butt, Wind goes, "Yes, I really wish I had you at the Battle of Finkskeep." T goes, "Huh, yeah guys, just keep leaving me with the big dragon stuff, that's all fine." Alright. Yeah. T will start smashing at the tail and stuff of the dragon pretty well. And she is affecting it, like her fists are doing well. All right, so HK, I got you. You're actually after T, so you're that's maybe where I missed you.
All right, so Hunter's Mark is already on the knight.
Yep.
So I am going to lay into it with all I've got, or nearly all I've got. We're gonna mix it up. Bringer of Law wants to get in on the action, so Bringer of Law is coming in with the first attack.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 26.
Yeah, hit.
Regular damage is a 13.
Okay.
Hunter's Mark damage is another 6, so 19 total.
Yep.
Bringer of Law is going to follow up again.
Okay.
Also with the 26.
Hit.
A little lighter on the damage with an 11.
Okay.
Hunter's Mark. Adds another 4.
Okay.
Third attack is coming in, Bringer of Law. That's a 19.
Missed.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, I am going to use a Lawbringer. $21.
Hit.
That's going to be a 13.
Okay.
Another 2.
Okay.
And I am going to put on... Actually, I'm not going to put on because I don't think I got close enough to use anything. So that is where I'm going to be. Looking at the board, I am going to stop at that.
Okay. Abilities. Wind gets back up and slams into the dragon, causing a large amount of damage with radiant powers from the sword. Now that it's not held. Nope. Miss. Wow, this dragon sucks.
I don't think so.
Oh,
Great dragon.
oh no!
I know, it's awful. Slashes into wind a bit, but does not do a whole lot more damage than that. It missed. It tried to bite T, missed. Clawed at T, missed. Hit wind for a little bit, but not a whole lot. Russell, it is you. Russell's gone.
Just like the wind.
Crash out. Well, what I'll do now is go back to Androsius,
Okay.
because this turn sequence could be important. Oh, she's back.
Why? I don't know why it keeps doing that. That was a 24 to hit.
What are you hitting? Dragon?
The dragon.
Yeah, hit.
I apologize.
No worries.
Beguiling Strike, Hunter's Mark, and all the other stuff again.
Yeah.
2 for the Psychic. 9. 16 piercing.
Whew. You slammed it hard in the throat. It looks like it's like withering, like it's breaking now from the scales and all the flesh like that for falling apart.
Okay, let's do it all over again.
Yeah.
18. Well, 27 to hit.
Yeah, hit.
6 of the Psychic.
Okay.
10. 16 again for the piercing.
It's like barely, its head's barely hanging on.
I mean, it was undead, so.
Yeah. Bernard. Oh, no, you know what? Russell, make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. That's a 5, but I think I'm gonna use my inspiration and re-roll that.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I re-rolled that and got myself a lovely 6.
6? Okay.
6.
Oh shit.
Outrun, you saw Firebrand. You saw the ghost disappear near Russell.
Russell's possessed. Everybody, Russell's possessed.
HK. The Knight of Nine completely, like, it is so damaged, and you're just, your blades are whirling. Lawbringer and Bringer Law are just spinning and clashing against its unholy steel, and it does not even connect it at you at all.
Excellent.
Bernard, what would you like to do?
Well, I was gonna swing at that ghost, but
Yeah, it's gone.
I think I'll take a step towards Hal and swing at that zombie in front of him.
Go for it.
Because I don't know Firebrand, and I don't believe what anything he says.
It's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
What the hell does that guy know?
12 damage.
Dead.
And
Thanks for
then
that.
I'll take another step towards the horde and slash at that first one.
Yeah, go for it.
It's gonna be a 16 to hit
Hit.
and 13 damage.
Yeah, you crush that glaive into, like, most of its chest. You saw, bones are caved in and stuff, but it still seems to want to kill you.
And yeah, that ends my turn.
Okay. Man, the Knight of Nine did a legendary action and completely whiffed.
Excellent. Have the zombies gone in?
They're going now.
Okay.
Hal, 2 zombies, 1 zombie carves into you for 10 points of damage. I'm sorry, Bernard.
Can
Sorry.
I reaction shield?
Hal, I keep saying you. I meant Bernard. Bernard, you
Oh,
take
okay.
Bernard, you take 10 damage.
10 damage, you got it.
That one that moved in on me.
Yep.
I'm gonna shoot.
There,
Yeah, never mind. I'm good.
I
I'm
really
fine.
wish I'd taken Thunder Wave. Damn.
Two bolts fire from the balcony. One of those bolts hits you, Firebrand, for 25 points of damage. HK, did you want to use a legendary action?
Not cool. Not cool.
Yes. I wish to lay into the Knight of the Nine.
Okay.
Again with Lawbringer.
Yeah.
That's a 22.
Yeah, hits.
That's a 15.
Okay.
Hunter's Mark. That's 5, so that's a total of 20.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a trip attack to make it prone, which is going to add a d10. He does, I believe, get a strength.
He's
save,
immune to prone.
To not fall down, though.
He's immune.
Oh, he's immune to prone? Okay.
Yeah.
So the effect won't go up, but I still get to toss in the damage.
Yep.
And that's another 6, so 26 total
Got
on that hit, and I am going to drop a single slot of smite damage. So that's going to be a d8 radiant.
Should be 2d8.
It was only 2d8 because I did 2 level 1 spells.
Level 1 is always 2d8 for...
Oh, okay.
Base smite.
Oh, in that case, I guess I only did 1 the last time. That's cool. I have an extra spell slot I wasn't aware of. So that's 7 radiant plus the next radiant plus the other die. That is 8 total radiant.
Okay. Yeah, that hurt. But he's still up.
And yeah, but he's still up. All right.
All right.
Not bad for on his turn.
Oh, yeah,
And
you're doing awesome.
who would attack? That is he the one that attacked that damaged me?
Who? No. The
No, the ballistas.
the
up
ballistas
top,
are on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're way back in the way back.
Like you can hit him with
Yeah,
fireballs.
he
but
had-
you gotta keep winding them.
No.
See.
Had he just ended his turn? Was it the bad guy that was going?
You could go after any zombies, so if you have a legendary action as well, yeah.
Yeah, I have the Titan's Mantle as
Yep.
well. How far distance is it between that knight and the dragon?
The Knight and the Dragon?
Yeah.
Let's see. Just 20 feet, I think? 30 feet. 30 feet. Looks like.
So it's within each other, so I could hit both of them?
Yep.
Is it 30? Guess I kind of got to, huh?
Yep.
No.
Fire for effect. Close contact.
You fireballing again?
Yeah. I gotta hit both of them, right?
Yeah, you can, yeah. Yeah.
We gotta do as much damage as possible. 5, 34.
Nice.
Okay. The dragon explodes and crumbles down in fire.
Yay!
The knight took more, but he seems to be still up. Okay, Androsius, you've just had
Yeah.
your conversation statement with Mira.
Then
Yeah.
it didn't touch any of those good guys? I can't see.
No. Well, yeah, I can take it.
Are there any?
There you go. Go ahead, Josh.
So, Androsius, much like me, is somewhat in a state of shock. Mira, I don't understand.
The elves need a god. His power is
Yes.
there. You have represented the elves for so long. My knowledge is I've just discovered my heritage. It just seems the right choice. Otherwise, elves don't have a god. They'll have a substitute or somebody else that would be a proxy. Danu kind of looks at you and goes, She's right. My child.
Danu, if this is your will, I will stand.
The elves need a protector, Androsius. Of all my people, you have suffered the most and understand our plight.
In Elven, he will say, Il sunti iltem vacen aen, sin paid avaven, which if you speak Elven says, when someone asks if you're a god, you say yes. And Danu, if this is your will, then I will take your mantle.
You put your hand on his and you feel a course of energy go through you. Hal, what would you like to do?
Alright, these guys are all... So we got... Okay. The ghostly figure that appeared, is it... I mean, does it appear to be humanoid?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna try casting Hold Person on him.
Okay.
That is a Wisdom save.
He can't be restrained, so it has no effect.
Ah, okay. Can't be paralyzed?
Apparently.
Shit.
Would you like to do something? What else would you like to do?
If that took up my action, then I'll bonus action give HK inspiration.
Okay. An extra D8.
That's it.
All right, Firebrand is you.
Man. I almost feel like I gotta save some spell slots to look. You gotta fend for yourself a little bit. I'm gonna be out. Nobody wants that. I can do a 15-foot cone, burning hands. How many of those guys would I get?
Cone.
Yeah. So the edge of it would touch that. That
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys.
Having it
7.
touch the knight, though. I can't tell who's
The
doing
knight.
it.
You'd have to step up towards the knight. Like here. And then you're not gonna get a few.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Or if you want to clear out mostly all the zombies, you can go this side and do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah. Our AK big boy, we've always operated on the fact that he's big boy.
I'm solid.
Go for maximum damage on the side.
Roll the damage.
Well, burning hands, I gotta roll.
Yep.
I think.
No, it hits. There's more dex saves, but it's the damage you do.
Okay. 2, 5. I can add my +5 to 1 damage roll, so it would be this one, since I'm only doing one, so 18.
Alright, you'll drop one. Most of them are dying. They're not doing very well at all.
They're crispy.
Yeah. Let's do it. So HK.
I'm gonna call for everybody to advance and support Wind and T, and I'm gonna go at the.
Where are they
Mike?
going?
They're going in.
That's that portal.
Oh.
They're not trying to.
That's the goal.
Oh well, I mean, 2 people
Yeah.
on the goal isn't gonna be as good as everybody.
I'm gonna. Yeah, we don't have to clear the field. We just got to get in there. So everybody needs to follow them. I will be the bulwark. I will hold them off while everybody goes behind me.
Oh, we kind of need you.
I'll get there. I can get there. I just need you guys to get beyond me. I don't want to be there while you guys are all back here. So I'm gonna hit the night again.
So Ben, I could use Misty Step as a bonus action on my turn to go over there. Yeah.
Okay.
However far it would get me.
Yeah, and a little bit of movement.
Yeah.
And a little bit of extra movement.
There you go.
All right. I will whack at the knight. We're gonna go Lawbringer.
Okay.
24.
Hits.
13.
Okay.
And 6 for a total of 19 on the first hit.
Okay.
Second hit, 27.
Okay. Hit.
14. And
The knight
another
disappears in
5.
front of you.
Oh.
and I will. If I lunge, will I be able to hit any of these ones? Like, with my lunging attack, which I can use my bonus action,
Yeah.
would I be able to hit one of those?
At this stage, yeah, I'm gonna say you start to help clear the last of the zombies. They're not gonna do a whole lot with you.
So I do my lunge. That's going to be what is that attack here? Hang on a second.
Yeah. Don't worry about it, Lee. You kill
Yeah,
it. You kill
it's
it.
a +5. I get another D10 on it.
I need 20s
and
to I need 20s to hit you with zombies, so that's how the field is constructed.
Yeah, and then I had one more regular attack. That was actually my cleaving strike. Yeah, so I guess I would hit another one.
Yeah,
You're not gonna let me have my turn?
Oh no, hold on. Don't worry about it, Jen.
Oh
We're
no.
coming back. There's things to be set up.
That's not what you wanted to hear.
Like you didn't know that was going to happen?
Still not what you wanted to hear.
Another being pops up as you've taken the power of Danu. She goes, "Don't move." Mira goes, "We're only here to help with the balance of all things. You should know this, Artemis. Who are you beings? I sense that you are from the Fae. At least, you are, speaker." "I am. I am trying to help restore orders of all things. I think you could appreciate this, Artemis. This war does not need to go in that direction." Androsius, you feel a lot of things.
Yes.
You feel fucking good.
You know, you instantly understand that Mira is indeed of the Fae people, a connected power, but she hasn't been unlocked. She's kind of like in that. You can feel there's power there, but something divine has to change in her. She's also spoke true. She is of an ancient elven bloodline that you can connect to a realm far away. That her elven people were like your people. Like her family helped create the fabric of the kingdoms to the world. And she, you can sense, was trained and made to be to help save the world from some also mad wizard that you know was called more or less the creator. You see Artemis in there, a confused goddess in front of you who seems to have killed your predecessor. But you feel the anguish in this, the forced combat made to her by her father Zeus in all this aspect. And you feel other beings throughout the realm as they are placed and battling and positioning and the effects that are moving. And you feel your realm and you feel heartbreak. The Dreadlord is back. He's in place. Your people there are in dire danger. And yet this goddess is in front opposing you. A being that is very much capable of slaying yourself.
We do not need this war to continue, Artemis. Let us find the middle path where we can all make do. We all have the people of this realm that need us.
I was made to hunt, but I was made to protect and feed.
Then protect.
I did not want to kill your predecessor.
And yet he is slain. That deed is done. There is no more that can be done for that. The only steps we can take are the steps forward. Let us take them together.
Persuasion check.
That's not gonna do it. Is a 4? Yeah.
Okay. She's like, the people that are pushing this war, they're not going to stop with just this, or us having an accord.
Correct. We will need more support. I will need your help to get it.
Why did Aphrodite and Ares betray us?
Because they are being manipulated. Is there any way that I can convey to Artemis what I know about Silk? Like, do I feel like there is some way that I can impart this knowledge to her?
You could, if she allows it.
Let me share with you.
You
what
all of
I
a sudden know
Yeah.
every spell.
Yeah. Artemis, let me share with you what I know.
If I
Because
let
this
you
is
in,
why it had happened.
you would dominate and break me. Mira goes, no, Artemis. We are here for peace. We're not of this realm. We are from outside of this. We don't want this war. We have also been brought here for this war. You get to roll persuasion again, Androsius, with advantage, because Mira is helping you.
Yes. That's a 10 this time. Still not great.
Well, you have some odd bonuses. She goes,
Well, yeah, because has my persuasion score gone up to a +0 at this point?
oh yeah, it's much higher than that.
My charisma's only a 10, so that's not persuasion's not my strong suit.
She goes, very well, cast your spell. You enlighten her.
Yeah.
It only takes a moment for gods to bond and see many things. And she goes, there is much manipulating here indeed. Let me see if I can find others that will be less willing to fight, and maybe we can force Zeus and this Silk to a table. I will seek you again.
Find Tyr. See if Tyr. Judge him for yourself, and see if he is an ally. I travel with some who believe that he is. I do not know.
From what I have seen then, should an eagle come to you, then you know omen is good. But if it is a crow, know that things are bad. She leaves you.
Sorry, Ben, I didn't hear. Which one's the good one?
The eagle.
Eagle, okay.
Eagle good, crow bad.
Got it. Eagle good, crow bad.
Mira goes, well, that part worked out well.
Mira, I do not know how to explain how things are in me at this moment, but what is your intention? What is your further intention from here? What do you want?
I'm going to fulfill the last thing with the Lich. You have a different obligation, I believe.
I would ask a favor of you.
That is hard for me to do, you realize.
I do. But I think perhaps when I ask it of you, you will understand why. I sense in you a great destiny, a great need, a great connection to the people, and a great desire to support people in the best way possible. If I am who you and Danu have said that I now am, be my first paladin.
Paladin?
Unlock that in you.
I don't think I could fall in that regard there. As you give me an insight check, advantage.
17 on the die for
Okay, yeah.
a 18.
You get a lot. You start to realize as you look now into her that the paladin is an author. When you look at her, you actually see that she has more warlock in her than you initially realized. She is linked to the Fae. And you see her linked to a different Summer Court being, an archfey of similar power that you know of this queen, but different. Like, you don't really know a lot of the Fae, but you realize that a lot of that, her connection and link is there because her bloodline is actually stronger in that regard there.
Sure. And Drowsy sees no disconnect here. He views a warlock and a paladin as two sides of the same coin, and the elves are fake creatures.
But here's the thing. As you start to formalize all this and going on, you realize you can snap the warlock out of her and infuse her with powers of you that would be linking in that regard. You could make her a Titan as well. So, if you think of what Silk did with many of you, with the Titan's Mantle, you can sort of make her a lesser god in that regard. And you feel that you could do something that would control the Fae in this multiverse split. You can't really make her worship you more because you see too much of the fate strings in the Fae with her.
Sure.
And because the insight that you rolled, because you're starting to see a lot more clearer, you have begun to realize that she has become more of a time reader. Alric has opened her up to much more potential damage to the standard timeline.
I would not do that against her will. I would need her to see. I would need her to get all of that. I wouldn't just break her out against her will. Like, that's not. Yeah, that's not. As much as I may have the power to do so, and as much as I may feel that it's the right choice, or that it is the sensical choice, or the whatever, I'm not going to do it against her will. So I would make the offer. Say, if you are not. I'm not asking you to worship me in that way. The discussion on on how I view this connection would take way too long, Mira. We do so. I need you to leverage the trust you placed in me when we first met and you first asked me on this mission, and the trust that I showed in you when I came without knowing your plans. Perhaps trust and naivety are of the same coin, but the point of the matter is that I see on the strands of time the greatness and the influence that you can have, but there is something missing. I am offering myself because I think that our mission is aligned.
Roll a persuasion with advantage.
It's an 11.
Author seems.
Cannot persuade anybody.
Author seems. You know what? I'll give you one reroll because you've done. I'll give you like an inspiration.
All right.
Your words are so good.
Oh, they're so good.
That's why I'm helping him extra inspiration.
He's becoming a god. His words should have more weight.
No,
but the god has spinach in his teeth.
I can't stop looking at it.
It's not even real spinach. It's kale, for Christ's sake.
Okay.
I'm sorry about them.
They look at you and go like, I was offered a lot before, Androsius. There's a lot I wanted to do to be mortal. I don't think I could fulfill my own personal goals in this celestial way.
If you will not willingly take it, I will not force it upon you. I would... What were you offered?
To become the queen of the Summer Court.
Is that what you want? Is that how you feel like you can be most successful?
She hesitates. Give me an insight check.
That's an 8.
I have a hard time reading.
Yeah, I'm not, all of a sudden, these dice are going away.
She goes,
Jail.
I was just a noble's daughter about a year ago, Androsius. Then I found out that I had such heritage links to a great destiny. And then a fate that would bring me across worlds to serve another, to help. The fact that I've come to save 2 worlds was never in my young girlish dreams. I really just wanted a family. That's all I really personally wanted, but I was dedicated to helping others. I understood that my heritage made me... I was born to be their champion, and I had to serve. Give me a history check at advantage this time, Androsius.
That's a natural 20.
Okay, yeah, payback.
An advantage on that bullshit detector.
Exactly. Yeah, you take that advantage.
As you reach out and start to really feel and understand her, you start to realize that this young woman was trained beyond anyone that you could possibly imagine. Of all the people you've ever kind of known, almost ghost wolves are the only level of training that you could relate that this woman has gone through. And you could tell that her archfey grandfather took advantage of that, manipulated her, and put her in position. Her very natural father did the same thing. She can restore order in the most chaotic and dangerous situations. But what intrigues you is she could save faiths. You realize that she saved a faith dying in another world. She could do the same for you.
Mira, that is not an offer that I can make you. I cannot make you a queen of a realm, for I am new to this. I do not have a realm to make you the queen of. All that I can tell you is that, again, taking my help for the first time through the generations which have made you who you are has to be and will be your choice, and your choice only. You have been told, you have been molded by people who had an agenda for what you had going forward. What I'm offering you is something different.
What is that difference?
You get to make the choice. I won't make it for you.
She looks to Arthur. Make the persuasion roll again at advantage.
Come
That was the first roll. And that's the natural 1. Here's my advantage.
This is
roll.
awesome theater.
It's a 13.
Okay.
I threw away the natural 1.
Nice. Whew. All right, so 13 on the die, plus you have no other...
I have, no, my charisma modifier is +0.
+0, okay. It is still hot. You have actually some godly influence going on with this. Mira goes, forever it has always have to been my duty to serve and help. You're gonna make Alric a happy person. She looks to Arthur. Arthur, you know I must do this. He goes, of course, my lady. She reaches out her hand to you. Do you clasp it and add power?
Accept my mantle.
Very well.
Accept the mantle of our peoples and our worlds.
You begin a transfer. We will call it here.
But I want it to be possessed.
Oh, you're not done, girl. Making you bad, Jen, is what I have been doing lately.
I know.
You know, it's going good.
Jeez, Ben.
All right.
Jeez.
I told you I was shaking up the gods, man. What do you think all this is about?
Yeah, but
But.
Hey, after all that slander you took for being, I can only take this shot. Guess who wins in the end? Guess who wins in the end?
No.
All right, we need to pick a date. What is working best for you guys? I really hope the 27th really works for just about everybody because that would be the best. Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that old? That's old way to Spero
That's,
also.
yeah,
Oh, is that
always
old way?
is that night.
Oh, did we move it to that day? All right, the 13th. Was that bad for somebody?
I
Nope,
can't.
Good for me.
I can't do that.
Oh.
I'm
All right, how about?
doing a Lord of the Rings day.
Oh, come
I'm gonna
on.
be-
Does it have to be a Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start days off.
All right, well we're gonna do 8 o'clock, right?
I'm gonna be out of town the 6th and the 13th.
All right, let's just do the 20th. It's my
Okay.
Dylan turns 18, but it'll be late, so 8 o'clock will work if we do it that day.
Happy birthday, Dylan.
Yeah, well, he's still got a month.
Oh, Lord. That doesn't make sense.
I know. Trust
Tell
me.
me about it. Holden's 23 now. Like,
Ah! All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
all right.
I hope you lasted as long as it did, but I think it has been a sweet going in. We got one more chapter, one more episode. I hope for this because things settle down,
Yeah.
and we will follow what will happen.
Everybody
War.
take a long rest.
Yeah.
I'll see you on the 20th.
Yeah. But you guys don't get a long rest because whatever you used up is going to go against the Lich. So
Yeah. I don't
There
need
you
a
go.
long rest. I'm good.
you don't have to worry about it. You're always long rested.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, folks. Goodbye.